Brought to you by Lister Pros TV, streaming from Tempe, Arizona. And we're live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey everybody, it's Tia Moore here with NextView Home Professionals. Thank you for tuning in to our podcast, NextView Podcast. I am here in the studio today with Robert Aguilar, and we'll get to know him in a few minutes. I just want to give a special thanks to our sponsors, Justin Oliver and Ryan Whalen from Nova Home Loans. I'm partnering with Justin and Ryan on a new program called HomeBot so that you can track your property value and also track, if you're interested in specific neighborhoods, track, prices, track the schools, track affordability. Is actually pretty cool. If that is something you're interested in after we finish recording, I'm going to be posting the link in the comments, so look for it there. So Justin and Ryan are partnering on that. And then we also have Yvonne Hunter with Platinum Home Warranty. Yvonne is your connection for all your home warranty needs. If you have any questions about her services, feel free to call Yvonne, or I'm happy to answer any questions you might have too, or get you guys connected. And Jeremy Eaton from Security Title. He's also a sponsor. He's great for all of your title needs. Be sure to mention Security Title. So thanks so much for your support. Thank you for subscribing. If you're watching this podcast and you want to receive notifications for future shows, be sure to hit the little subscribe button on the Facebook Live page, and you'll get notified every time we go live with a podcast. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Robert Aguilar from Premier One Prints.
That's it.
How you doing, Robert?
Good. Yourself? Thank you.
I'm good. Thank you for coming today.
Thanks for having me.
So in all honesty, this is probably one of my having my team on was pretty good last week. Having you on is especially good just because I've known you for so long and I've seen your growth, and I'm super proud of you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm really proud of you.
Congratulations on the show here. Thanks for having me on.
It's fun. So you own a company. It's called Premier One Prints.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
So we're going to talk a little bit about your company.
Okay.
We're going to talk a little bit about you. Who is Robert? Where you're from? What your interests are?
Okay.
Just like who's Robert?
Sounds
we'll probably
good.
talk about jujitsu because I saw somebody asking and you just shout them out so we can.
Legit, yeah.
So what I started, and I just started this last week.
Okay.
So we're doing rapid fire questions. So it's like really quick, get the nerves out if you have any. You probably don't have any because you're a martial arts person. You guys are good.
Okay.
So we'll just ask you quick questions, and it's like our quick fire way to get to know a little bit about you before we really get to know you.
Can I stretch out real quick?
Stretch out.
No,
you
we're
ready?
good. Go ahead.
You ready? All right. Okay, so what were you listening to when you were pulling up here?
Joe Rogan podcast.
Joe Rogan podcast. Ooh, I love his podcast.
I do too.
Which one were you listening to?
It was the most recent one. He had there were two fighters. I don't know the names offhand, but
cool.
I just threw that on.
The last one I listened to, it's been a while since I listened. Did you listen to the Elon Musk one?
Oh yeah.
I asked about that one too. That was a good one. What's your favorite artist right now?
As far as music wise, so I've been on YouTube Music recently. I've been listening to the new Lil Wayne was good. Okay. The Logic was good. Okay. But I keep it old school. I throw Pandora on old school. Wu-Tang. I got Wu-Tang on there.
That's how you know you're old school.
Yeah,
if you're
but
listening
then I
to
throw
Pandora.
or some Rick James or
Okay, Rick James.
James Brown.
All right.
Just depends. I'm all over the place.
All right. See, it's so funny because now every time I think of Rick James, I think of Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's your favorite music. What's your favorite vacation destination?
Favorite vacation? Going up north.
Going up north.
Up north. Yeah, that's the ultimate goal. Is the wife and I want to do buy some land, little cabin up there.
Nice.
But yeah.
So up north where? For all the people who maybe just
Payson.
Payson?
Yeah, nothing too far. I can't be too far from the city, but couple hour drive.
We can help you with that.
Oh, okay. There we go. Perfect.
So sweet. So we're gonna get Robert a house in Payson. You guys heard it here first. Okay. So do you prefer books or audiobooks?
I started off with books and now audiobooks for sure. Yeah.
Save time, right?
Yeah, time, and it's just constant where I don't have to. I can do it on the go, on the car, in my headphones,
it's
running,
easy, right?
All that stuff.
When you hike, because you hike a lot, right?
Yeah, I do a lot of hiking, yes.
Yep. So what would you say is the best thing that happened today?
Today, I don't want to be cliche, but waking up.
Yep,
that's always a good thing.
Oh, that's a good answer.
Definitely.
Love it. What would you say is the nicest thing someone did for you this week?
This week, I mean, my customers are always giving me, hugs, handshakes. Those are good things. Thank yous, referrals.
Nice.
Hugs.
There
family, phone calls.
There you go.
Get a phone call from my family or mom. That's
That's so
simple
sweet.
stuff. Simple stuff.
That's sweet. Is your mom watching? You think?
No, she doesn't. She doesn't
Facebook?
No, she calls it Spacebook.
What about
I don't have
your
a
sister?
Spacebook.
What about
She's on. She's probably on.
Is it Marcy? Is that her
Marcy.
name? I only met her one time, but she made an impression.
Oh, she always does. That's where I get my spunk from.
Right? You have to. So that's literally it for rapid fire.
Not too bad.
That was pretty easy, right? Not hard.
I survived.
Yeah, there you go. Stretch it out.
I need hair and makeup. Come get my sweat.
So I just want to know about you. Like I know, but maybe everybody else doesn't. So what are some things that interest you? What are your hobbies? What are your
from the beginning when I was younger was art, sports, stuff like that. As I get older, it's just being healthy. Definitely like a run, a hike. My new passion is Jujitsu. Been doing that for 5 months and definitely addicted to it. But I went through stages of first walking, running, hiking, then CrossFit, then Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Don't you do Spartan races?
I do Spartan races. That's a big passion of mine. I've done maybe 8 or 9 total.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a big commitment, right?
It is.
How much do you have to train to do a Spartan race?
So there's different levels of it. There's the first one I ever jumped into or got suckered into, which is the best thing that ever happened to me. I was working out and doing some running and stuff like that, and it was okay. There's some obstacles you can't do. You do your burpees, but you learn a lot about yourself. And then after you do it, after you jump, you figure out, okay, I got to work on this. I got to do some pull-ups. I got to run a little bit more. I got to lose some weight. But yeah, it's definitely, you don't have to be elite. I have some friends that are elite and they train every day. They're doing 13 miles runs and, stuff like that. But it just depends on the level of
13 miles every day.
Close to.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's beast.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about Jiu-Jitsu. Like I've heard of it, but it's a martial art, right?
It is. It's a self-defense. I'm learning. I'm new to it, but I love it. So I've been doing it for 5 months, and it comes from judo, but the Brazilians, from what I understand, took it from the judo and made it their own. But I love it. It's a combination of wrestling with chokes and arm bars and breaking bones, but not really. But I'll be doing my first competition in December.
So it's a way for you to choke people out, and they're not mad about it.
No, it's crazy is that my mom and my sister are very protective over me, and they're like, don't let nobody hit you. I'm getting cauliflower ear after, and they're like, no, you got to stop. But it's really controlled. It's a respect thing. Everybody, I go to 3 different schools. I have a main school I go to. I coach Tony D'Onofri.
Is he the one that told you to shout him out and he'll give you a...
No, that's another coach, and I go to his. That's Camacho Taekwondo and Jiu-Jitsu. He's on 51st Avenue in Indian School. Okay. And then we go to Fluid in Tempe. So nice. We go to mine in Tolleson with Kai Senshi, and then we just float. We go to 2 days there, 2 days there. Wednesdays on there. So
I saw you post on Facebook when there was floods. Remember it was raining last week. I think it was last week or within the last couple weeks. And there was rain up to here, and you were like, anything I got to do to get to Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, well, that's a funny story. Is a couple Tuesdays ago, my wife and I went to California, brought our son up there for his birthday, and we went Sunday to Tuesday. Okay. Drove back Tuesday, the 5-hour drive, and then I got home, ate something, took a shower, and then went to Jiu-Jitsu.
Because you wanted to go.
Yeah.
It's a commitment. It's a routine.
But it doesn't. It's just I'm addicted. So not in a way, but it's just I'm gonna go.
It's fueling.
Yeah, definitely. You're always learning something.
That's cool. So you're gonna get another. What did he say he'd give you if you shouted him out? Did he say another belt?
A stripe.
So you better put that. He better give Robert that stripe.
Yeah, no, he can't give me one, but he is a coach at one of ours. But my main coach, he got it. So it's kind of it's like a joke. Say, hey, I'll give you the stripe if you shout me out. But
that's so funny. Well, you mentioned your wife, so you recently got married. Congratulations on that.
I did. Thank you very much.
How's that been for you?
Good. Blessing.
So you married somebody that you knew from childhood.
Right.
Pretty cool.
Over 20 years. The girl next door sort of thing. Their family called me Bobby the neighbor. Mm-hmm. Grew up across the street from each other.
Bobby the neighbor.
Yeah.
Do they
Bobby
still
the
call
neighbor.
you that?
No, well, not probably when they're explaining who I am, but over
Very
20.
cool.
You've known her for over 20 years. And
Very, very cool.
yeah, it's an awesome thing. So they know me inside out, so which makes it a lot easier.
And I just met your dad.
Dad's awesome. He's my family in general is I was raised by two great people.
Yeah.
My dad was always a hard worker, Marine Corps veteran,
Mm-hmm.
Vietnam veteran.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was a teacher,
Mm-hmm.
loving heart, always helping somebody. So I got the combination. Our house was the Kool-Aid house.
The Kool-Aid house?
Yeah, all the neighborhood kids came to our house, so it was cool.
That's awesome. Well, the reason when I saw your dad, because I know how much he inspired you,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you were first starting your business, right?
Yeah, one of the big reasons on how I got started.
Yeah. So we've known each other for way back. Like we worked in a call center,
Early
like
2000s.
AmeriCredit. I think it was in the year 2000. I think I only worked that job for like 3 months.
Did you?
Yeah, I didn't like that. Anyway, but it was that's where we met,
Mm-hmm.
and then you worked at Citibank and I worked at Citibank,
Mm-hmm.
and then you ended up starting a T-shirt business you were selling from the trunk of your car, right?
Right. So a little bit further than that, I would doodle, draw while I was on the phones doing
Mm-hmm.
collections. And a couple of people would say, hey, I'm going to get a tattoo of my daughter's name. Can you draw this out for me? Or I got this idea. And I would do it, 10, 20 bucks. And one of the guys, he said, I did a design for him. A week later, came back and he had shirts. So I'm like, hey. And he was selling that at the trunk of his car for people that we worked with.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, okay, well, if he can do it.
Wait, he was selling the shirts that you drew the...
Yeah.
Okay.
I did the design that he asked me to do, and then I didn't know what it was for.
Wow.
But then he came back, and he had some shirts made. So that's kind of how I got
started.
Like,
with the shirts, anyway.
Exactly, yeah.
Wow. So tell us about that. Just tell us a little bit about the experience. Like you were selling shirts, what that process looked like, what your work ethic was like in order to reach the next level that you...
Well, collections wasn't the thing that I wanted to do. No. I mean, I learned a lot from it. Being on the phones, I met a lot of great people. A lot of my friends from collections are still great friends of mine.
Yeah.
But I learned a lot from that as far as customer service, listening, to people on the other phone, getting them to pay when they didn't want to pay. That kind of stuff trickles down later. But it really started, I want to say I hit my all-time low, my rock bottom. I know you remember Marlon, him passing away. He worked with us, and he was considered like a brother of mine, a roommate of mine that went to school with me, and I got him a job at Citi. So, and then that happened. My father was going through PTSD, family issues. I was robbed. My house got robbed.
I never knew that.
Yeah, I got stabbed on both legs. Yeah, so all that kind of stuff happened, and I was at a place where it just felt like, wow, this is rock bottom. And then another great friend of mine, somebody I've grown up and I was like my brother as well, from kindergarten all the way up to 2005, where he passed away. In an accident. My brother that passed away, Marlon, he died on a motorcycle accident, and my other one rolled his Jeep coming home from Tucson.
Wow.
So everything was just, on me. So I started, I was going through pain. My father was going through pain. Everybody was going through, and I felt, okay, I found a real dark place. Thought I was the only one going through it. Started reading books, started getting myself out of it, and realized I got to do something about it. So I started a brand called Pain Clothing, and the slogan was "Strength from Struggle." So, and that's how it got started.
Wow.
I started with 2 designs, horrible designs, but ordered shirts and did all that through a local printer, and then started selling. I would, sell everywhere.
Yeah.
I would sponsor DJs, which means I would give them T-shirts and then go to their events, and I would set up at Park and Swap with my family. Any event they had, which was whether it be a rave, at a restaurant they were DJing at, I would just go and set up shop and sell and sell and sell.
Hustle.
Hustle anywhere. house parties I would set up.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy anywhere. And we did good. And then design started going and going and going. And then I started putting them into stores.
Yes.
So, and that did okay. But I was, I didn't, I would drop off 12 shirts. I would see there was only 5 left, and they said you'll only sell 2 and stuff like that. So, and I was just like, yeah. So, and there was a gap between how I thought it should be ran, and so in 2008,
okay,
opened up my own store at the Arizona Center.
Wow.
Yep.
And a lot of people were not opening businesses in 2008.
No,
right?
And that was the big thing. And that was a big risk. Everybody was like, it's like the recession and everything was going on. And one of my friends said, well, I mean, what's the worst, let's just do it. I mean,
yeah.
So and we did it. And it became a big thing where it was nothing but local artists, local brands would come in, and we had that for 5 years in an industry that was very, very hard. But we had fun. Made a lot of friends. And
I remember that. It was a good store.
It was awesome.
It was
we
good
had a lot
energy.
of support.
Yeah.
A lot of people from out of town, celebrities, all that.
Nice.
We had some big supporters. Yeah.
That's cool. And a lot of the shirts, all of the shirts that were in there, were they designed by you?
No.
Okay.
So we had our brand, which is the name of the store. We had the Pain and Strength from Struggle, Culture Fresh. Yeah. That was ours, and then we allowed people to come in and sell their stuff, whether it was jewelry, paintings, but all local music.
Nice.
So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you were fair to them, right?
Yeah,
unlike
it was
what
50,
was
50.
happening.
No, it was
unlike
50,
what happened to you.
Yeah. I had contracts.
Nice.
I had where they had to come or call every week to check on their inventory. They got paid weekly, so it was something that I'm always fair. Like I said, I come with learning from great parents, honest people. So
I know we're going to talk about all this stuff that you brought with you today too, but it's pretty cool. But anyway, no, that's cool. So now let's fast forward to now. You own Premier One Prints,
right?
So how'd that happen?
Yeah, so the guy that was printing my Culture Fresh stuff, we would go to his shop and he would print for us. Eventually, the business was so good, I wanted to do it on my own. So I bought all the equipment, tried to do it out of the garage, but I was missing something. I was always going back to the shop. So finally, he said, "Why don't you just pay me rent, bring your equipment, and do it out of here?" Wow. So I did that for about a year, and within that year, I heard him talking about selling it. He was in the business for 12 years or probably even more. Yeah. But he wanted out, and he's one of my good friends that still does Spartan races. Wow. So I heard him talking about selling it, and I had the opportunity to buy it, and I bought it.
That's awesome. So. I was just going to say, he had to either be, well, it sounds like he's a good person in general, I was going to say, but not a lot of people will open up their store to you say, come and bring your equipment and you can work out of here, especially when they were making money off of you. So I think that says a lot about him as a person, and he wanted to see you continue to grow.
And he taught us a lot of stuff. I didn't know too much about the business, but just being allowed to be in there, learning from him, the employees that he had at the same time, which his employee that he had works for me now, and he's awesome. He's been with me for 5 years. So we've had it for 5 years. So
wow,
yeah,
that's pretty cool. So within that span, so from the time where you started selling the shirts, when you created Pain through what was it? Strength from Struggle, to right when you purchased Premier One Prints, what would you say was the most difficult thing?
The most difficult thing is just jumping, making that risk of it not working out. Luckily, like I said, again, a testament to my parents, my dad has always try it. If it don't work, do something else. And it was that simple. So I tried it, I had their support, but that's the hardest thing, of just not knowing what's going to happen, not knowing anything about the business. But I've always been the type to just jump and figure it out.
While you're there.
Yeah, get beat up. Dust yourself off.
Isn't it interesting too, though, the thing that when you finally make the jump and you're a little bit scared, and you're like, why was I even afraid of that? Like, why?
Yeah,
There's no reason.
Like everything else, and as I got older, that's why it's so easy for me to just jump. Because like for Jujitsu, I just started 5 months, which now I'm like, I wish I would have just started this before. And then even like Spartan races, the best thing I ever could have done is just jump in one.
Yeah.
And I did it, and I wasn't that very good at it, but now it just opened up my eyes and say, okay, you're in it now. What are you going to do to get better? And that's how it exists. So
that's cool.
But yeah.
So let's talk about Premier One Prints. So first of all, thank you for bringing us all this stuff.
Oh, you're welcome.
I want to show everybody. You brought us
a couple bandanas just so you can hang up somewhere.
So NextView Home Professionals. So Fabi and Rochelle are probably like, yeah. She's probably going ape. That's Fabi's song right now. She's really listening to that a lot. So thank you for bringing that.
Yeah, no problem.
And then you brought us shirts, right?
T-shirts. Got
Men's
it.
and women's
Men's
t-shirts,
and women's T-shirts.
This is awesome. So the last time, okay, so I want to talk about your printing company.
Okay.
But it's so funny because my family, we did our cruise. We were celebrating my uncle's 75th birthday.
I remember.
And you printed us shirts, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here's what's funny about that. So it was Sonny. I think the shirt said Sonny's 75th birthday cruise or something, and they were in pink because his favorite color is pink, which is random for somebody who is 75. But because pink is kind of just started in like the 2000s,
right?
Well, at least for the guys. So hopefully nobody gets offended by that. So
it wasn't as popular.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't as fashionable.
Guys.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. And so anyway, he didn't even make the cruise.
No way. So everybody else went? And
So it was a 7-day cruise. We flew to Puerto Rico. He went to Puerto Rico, but he forgot all of his papers at home in Ohio. So part of me thinks he did that on purpose. But anyway, he did not go. He left everything, and everybody was here or in Puerto Rico because it was a big group of us, and he didn't even go.
Wow. And you guys needed those shirts ASAP.
I know. We did a rush order. You did a good job with them. Everybody liked them. I still wear mine to clean the house when, not that but it's like, where do you wear Sunny 75th T-shirt cruise to?
That or to the gym. That's a lot of people wear their old shirts.
Yes. And so anyway, but they came out good. Everybody really liked them, and you did do a rush order for us. So I think I said thank you before, but I really do appreciate it. So tell us about your company. So what kind of work? Obviously, you've shown us some things that you do. You've shown us shirts. You've shown us bandanas.
We do everything. Anything marketing. The only thing, we make a joke, the only thing we don't do is print paper. That's it. So other than that, flyers, banners, yard signs. So
I'm friends on Facebook with a lot of realtors. I don't know how many realtors watch my live show, but
you better watch.
So you do yard signs. So you do a lot of open house, a lot of business cards. Yep.
Magnets for people's cars.
Posters. Okay, we need some posters.
Tents, anything, pens.
Tents?
Yeah.
Like as in camping tents?
No, more like the canopy tents where you want to set up a booth.
Like a what do they call those?
Like a booth tent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Table covers, easy up tents. Yep.
Okay.
We do all that stuff with your logo on it, full print.
Nice.
So
That's
pretty
cool.
much anything. Embroidery, we do everything.
So what if they needed to get in contact with you for doing those things? What can they expect? What's the turnaround time? How do they go through? Do they call? Do they email? What should they do?
Shirts, business cards, anything that's common like that. I always ask for 5 to 7 days. Okay. That's our normal turnaround time. We can do it faster. Okay. Obviously, there's a rush to that. But other than that, it's about 5 to 7 days. If you don't have your artwork, if it's just we've taken people with draw stick figures on napkins and we turn it into a logo. We've had people bring in tools that they use and they want it into their logo. So we do logo design. We take old cards. If you have you don't have that. A lot of people don't have their old logo, or this guy told me yesterday it was in his laptop and his son left it on top of his car.
Oh.
So, but we can make it happen.
Okay, very cool. Yeah. So use Dropbox or Google Drive so you don't lose that. Okay, so you'll do the graphic design or you'll recreate it.
Yep.
Which is pretty cool, you guys, because a lot of
times
we do have that.
And send it to the customers so they have it, so they don't have that issue going forward. Like we don't keep it just because we've done your work, so we'll send it to you. That's part of it.
That's good service. So what would you say sets you guys apart from other printing companies?
The relationships we have. I get tons of people that they're looking for a place that anybody would want, as far as they want to be able to contact you. They want to their deadlines met.
Yeah.
I get that phone call. I can't find this guy. He's not answering my phone calls. He said he was going to have it by Saturday, and it's been 3 months. So I get a lot of those.
Okay.
And everybody wants a one-stop shop, which we are. We can do it. We have every access. We have access to trophies. The relationships we have with companies and other companies grows from how we do business. So if I do a shirt for a landscaping company and we build a relationship, and then somebody's looking for a landscaping company, wall people. But that's what sets us apart.
I didn't know you did trophies.
Yeah.
We could have really used
We do plaques. We do all that stuff.
Okay. I'll make sure, because we just did a so I teach some real estate classes, on occasion.
Yeah.
And on occasion, and we did what's called Battle of the Brokerages, and they just got this big crazy looking trophy, but I think they only needed to have it re-engraved, or they had to remove the plate and replace it. But I didn't even know that.
Yeah, we do it for for bets. People do bets, and the trophy goes from one house to another.
That's cool.
Yeah, we.
Ah, okay. So you're giving me a lot of ideas. A lot of my wheels are spinning. All right, that's cool. So the relationships set you guys apart. I can attest and say, I don't know how much my word means, but I can attest and say you're a good person, and
thank you.
I personally like to work with people that are good people, because they're going to give you good service. That's going to be an important factor with them.
It's the most important.
It is the most important, and that's pretty much the kind of people that I work with. Because I tell, me and my team, we were just talking about it. I've told people, no, I'm okay. I don't need I don't need all the business.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I want a lot of it, but if it doesn't fit what my if it doesn't fit with my integrity, if it doesn't fit with who I am as a person, I feel like it's going to drain me versus energize me. It's just not even worth it. Yeah. And so, I want to do the best job for people, and I'm not always the best person for some people and some personalities. So,
well, that's okay.
It is.
I'm the same exact way. I have great customers, but I have some customers that the energy's not there, and it doesn't matter how much money is on the table. If I feel it's just not, like, I'm really big on energy. So if it's not something that's going to put me in a positive, I'll turn it down.
Yeah.
I understand people have deadlines, or they need it like tomorrow, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But the people that come in and expect it, like, hey, I need this, or I need this tomorrow, and I need it at this price. It's just like,
that's the one that really gets you.
Oh yeah. Or come on, man. It's just one of those things. No, the biggest thing is when somebody leaves the shop and they're smiling. When they create something and they're like, yes, and you see it when they're walking away, or they're so proud of their. Yeah. And I'm dealing with people like me. I'm dealing with entrepreneurs, big and small. Whether it's a big company or somebody just starting off. They're just people. That's all it is. It's just one of those things. So.
That's pretty awesome. I know you made an impression on my sister when you met her, when she came in to pick up the shirts. I don't know I don't remember, but she was just like, he's so cool. She said you were laughing because there were so many of us. You were like, dang, you guys we did take over the ship.
Oh, did you?
Like several, a couple years in a row we did. That's just how we just travel in a large group. It's a hassle planning, but it's very fulfilling and fun once you're there. So it's good, because when you go, because I've gone on a cruise with just like a couple of people, and it's not the same. It's like, I'd rather, if I'm going to go on a cruise, I would rather cruise with my whole big old family.
Yeah, the crazy family too.
Yes,
I
the
got a crazy family.
Yes, and they make it the best, right? So, well, tell us, where's your store located?
I'm on 7th Avenue in Watkins, 2201 South 7th Avenue.
Perfect.
And we're there. We also own a welding shop, same location.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Side. Yeah, the Jose Rodriguez that works for me, he's been with me for 5 years. He's awesome employee, and he's just a hard worker, but he has a special talent, which is welding.
Let's talk about that a little bit. What kind of things do you guys do weld?
So pretty much anything, but mainly gates, fences, custom pieces for that people, but mostly for houses. So a lot of, you said you deal with a lot of real estate agents. If people want to make their house a little bit nicer, they want to add some stuff to it. Ironworks, great. Fencing, sometimes they're falling off. So we mostly do that. Okay. Planters, stuff like that. But we've done trailers. We've done,
Wow.
Yeah, we've had companies come in, landscaping companies. They want to make their trucks bigger. We can do that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, anything welding.
I didn't even think about that. That's actually pretty
awesome.
cool.
He's awesome. Quick turnaround time.
Okay.
Everything's great work.
Do you guys do like you do courtyard fences? So if somebody wants to enclose their courtyard, you can do those. Yeah. How about security doors?
We do security doors.
Okay.
But when it comes to something like that, we always offer. Sometimes it's just cheaper to buy one.
Okay.
Because if you custom make one ours would be a better.
Quality.
The material would be better quality, but you're going to be paying twice as much. So if you really want something then definitely we can do it, but we'll let you know the options,
That's good. Mm-hmm. Awesome. I can't believe I forgot about the welding. I didn't forget, but in this moment I forgot.
It's all good.
Well, very cool. So you guys have Robert's address to his shop. What about, how do they contact you if they want to place an order?
Best thing to do is email.
Okay.
Just to generalize what you guys need, and then I can contact you.
Okay.
We'll go over the phone. Are very easy to contact. I always answer my phone. But Premier1Prints@gmail.
Okay.
The 1 is a number.
Yep.
But yeah.
So Premier1@gmail.com.
Premier1Prints.
Prints.
With an S.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Prints.
No, it's all good.
So Premier1Prints@gmail.com, and I'll make sure I put that in the comments so that you guys have it, and then make sure that when you send Robert an email to include your contact information, that will be helpful.
Yeah, best thing to do.
Yeah.
Anything you need, and we'll take it from there.
What about social media? What's Premier1Prints?
So I do everything under my own personal.
Okay.
I mean, it's it's a second job having different. I have them, but I do it under Instagram is Mr.Premier1. That's that. Our Facebook is just Robert Aguilar.
Perfect.
And I'm on there.
And he'll be tagged on the video too, so you guys will just be able to click it, follow him, like him, all that good stuff.
I love to see entrepreneurs doing their thing.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
It's work, but it's way more fulfilling, right?
Oh yeah, 10 times. I always get people asking, they want to quit their job. I'm like, just do it. It's 10 times harder, but it's 10 times more worth it. I told people, it's like, you have your biggest asset is time, right? And then I feel like your second one is your human capital, which is part of time is built in there. Time's a big thing.
Yeah, so you can, and it's easy to say it to a person, but it's completely different to feel it. You can give a whole lot of energy to an organization, to a company, and it falls in dead air, really, because you're exerting everything, and then there's nothing at the end of the table.
Right.
Whereas when it's
or
in
you'll
your own
have one great month, or 2, 3, 4 months, and then you have one bad month. They're like, "What's wrong? What's going on?
Yeah,
everything okay?" I'm like, hold on.
But either way, like at the end of the day, it's like, okay, what you could accomplish. You can meet some goals, but it's something way more life fulfilling when you build what you want to do, and you call your own shots, you create your own clients, and you build those own relationships. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And at the beginning, it's harder. It takes something, but it happens over years and years and years. You get to a point where you have the freedom that you think you're gonna have at the beginning.
Yep.
We went from working all night to now. I have a good team where if I need to just take a day off, I'll call in and make sure everything's rolling. But it's working for yourself is the most fulfilling thing that I've ever could have done. Something I've always wanted to do since I was younger. I already knew it. I'd go in restaurants and count people at a certain time and times it by what they were eating. I would say, okay, the owner of this is making this much money. So no, it's one of those things that I love doing. Like I can never go back.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, before we wrap up, I just want to say thank you to Stacy Baker, because she was like, Robert, she was like, I'm going to make sure I share this. She shared it like 5 times.
She's awesome.
And we've known her for a long time. So thank you very much, Stacy. I know she's like getting into podcasting and some other stuff. So
she needs to jump.
Yeah. Jump, Stacy. Jump. I tell her that all the time. So.
She knows it. She will. And she's going to say, damn, I should have done this a lot sooner.
You got your parachute, girl. So, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in to NextView Podcast today. I'm so thankful that
Thanks
Robert.
Thanks for having me. It's fun.
I really appreciate him coming on. So it's easy to do this with people, but it's more fun to do it with people that I know and people that I'm friends with and people that I really do admire watching their journey. And in all honesty, I could
Thanks
cry.
For being a part of it.
I'm so sensitive. Truly, I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you guys, thank you so much for watching NextView Podcast. If you did not get a chance to subscribe, if you didn't get a chance to watch last week's show, be sure to check that out because Fabi and Rochelle did a really good job and we've gotten so much good feedback on that. And then this podcast will also be downloaded and available on Apple iTunes. It's available on SoundCloud, YouTube, everywhere pretty much that you can get content. So all of that will be available within the next 24 hours.
Perfect.
And you can find me on Instagram at NextView Tia, and then you're obviously watching on Facebook. So click on my page, Tia Moore or NextView Home Professionals. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to give my team a call, 480-281-3078, or you can email us at info@nextviewre.com. And then, like I said, I'm going to put that HomeBot link in the comment section that I mentioned at the beginning of the show. If you want to keep track of your home's value, if you want to know what your home would rent for, if you decided to rent it and buy yourself a new one, if you just wanted to track if you can afford a second home, if you want to buy a vacation property in Payson, or perhaps you just want to have an idea of what neighborhoods are going for, what the price point is, and you want to just follow the market. It's literally the best tool that you can have, and it's not available to everyone. So I have exclusive access right now. So I just want to say thank you, Farai, at Lister Pros for doing the podcast every week. Your hard work does not go unnoticed, and I really appreciate it. Even though you're not in the room with us and you have these little weird speakers that you talk through, I appreciate it. And then thank you to our sponsors, Justin and Ryan with the Oliver Whalen team. If you guys are looking to do a home loan, you're looking to refinance, you're looking to buy a new house, or you're just looking to inquire because you have a goal that you want to set for the next 2, 3, 4 years, give them a call now and let them help you put a plan together. Yvonne Hunter, thank you so much with Platinum Home Warranty. If you're thinking about putting a home warranty on your home, whether you have a rental, whether it's your primary home, whatever the case may be, it's a great tool for you to use, especially in today's age, right? Especially when your houses start getting older, you will wish you had a home warranty. And then thank you so much to Jeremy Eaton from Security Title. We love Security Title. My escrow officer is Elva Palmer. She's amazing. I love working with her. My clients love working with her. We work great together. Lastly, before I go, so if any real estate agents are watching, I do teach real estate classes mostly at my office at Keller Williams. We're doing a business planning clinic in November, so make sure you guys check that out and look for the details on that on my Facebook page. And then that's going to be taught by Tony Preston. He's another agent in my office. And then the day after, I'm teaching a 411 class, which helps realtors track their goals, how to have accountability to make sure that you are hitting your targets. While it is a real estate class, it can be used for any entrepreneur. So if anybody is starting a business or has a business and you think it's something that you could use or need, just reach out to me direct and I'll hook you up with it. And so Chris from my office created, so the name of the class is 411. So he created an album cover and I told him, I said, go off of Mary J. Blige's What's the 411? He was like, oh my gosh, I was thinking that too, but I wasn't sure if you would like it. So anyway, he created that. I don't know if Arai put it up or not, but it is hilarious. So yeah, check it out, you guys. Other than that, I will talk to you guys next week. Thank you for tuning in. See you later.